right, pinch.
Yes!
Oh.
Let's go! No way! No way!
Have you guys noticed how much the kickoff meta has changed in Rocket League recently? For 8 years, basically everyone used the exact same normal strategy, even the pro teams. But now suddenly we're seeing all these crazy fakes, pinches, weird 50s, and so many others. I saw this clip last season where literally everyone in the game went for the 50. What's crazy is this stuff actually works. Like, pros are taking this really seriously. Even Game 7 on land, they're pulling this stuff out. Check out this one from K-Corp. There's so many strategies being used now, from the fake fast cheat to the sneak up on the side. We're even seeing something called the AFKickoff used by GK recently.
Joyle. He's done it. It's an AFKickoff. It's again. He's done it again. I know you're the goal. Oh my goodness, it's a strategy.
Seeing all of these clips, it got me thinking, like, one, would these strategies actually work for me in my own ranked games? And two, which one of them is statistically the best? Well, I actually tried all of these to figure that out, and after weeks and weeks and hundreds of kickoffs later, recording the stats and putting it all together, it turns out that a lot of these are actually really good in ranked, and you'll see exactly what I mean. And in fact, one of them is actually so good that it genuinely should replace the normal strategy that everyone's been using all these years. We'll talk about that later. If you want, feel free to leave your guess below for which one you think it is. But to begin, let's first take a look at the control group, the normal kickoff strategy. For us, what we consider the normal strategy was one player obviously does the 50, another player following it up in case it stays dead in the middle there, and the last one grabbing a corner boost, usually behind the kickoff taker there. This is the default strategy that we use, and I'm sure it's what a lot of you guys use too. And the stats ended up being basically an even split, which makes sense. This is only counting results off the kickoff within 14 seconds. That was the cutoff we decided. And you can see we scored about 12% of the time and conceded that exact same amount. So a solid control group to start us out. We'll keep that in mind. But now let's move on to the first professional strategy.
Offensive line. Let's see. I mean, the kickoff's as aggressive as you get. Double kickoff into the middle. And an immediate follow-up play. Oxygen.
Ah, the classic pinch kickoff. This is a really fun one. Some also call this the bot kickoff, but I prefer calling it the pinch because it's actually a lot more calculated and intentional than people think. The idea is simple. One of your players is trying to mirror the opponent's kickoff, which causes a huge pinch way over to the side, while the other tries to time it so that they redirect that pinch straight into the opponent's goal. Funny thing is, I actually first attempted this strategy years ago. Shout out to those of you who remember this video. But it started to be used in pro play a lot more recently, and it is no doubt a ton of fun to try out in ranked as well. Oh, nice. Maybe? I'm up.
Get it.
Let's go! Yes! Get in! Let's go, dude! Let's go! Get in there. Yes, let's go! What? What?
Through.
Nice.
Oh.
Do it. Wait, go in. As for the stats though, I was pretty surprised to see that we really didn't score from it very often. It felt like a really strong tactic because of how consistently it put us on offense, but we didn't actually convert on it very much. Most of the time when we did score from this one, it was because we managed to pinch it straight into their goal, leaving them no chance at saving it. Overall, it's really cool when it works, but statistically speaking, it wasn't nearly as good as the other ones we tried, so let's go ahead and move on here. By the way, if you find stats like this as cool as I do, then you're gonna love today's sponsor. It's Rocket League Data Coach. RL Data Coach gives you personal analytics from your games to help you decide what you need to improve at to climb the ranks. Simply upload your replays, let RLDC do its thing, and you'll get back tons of cool details about your playstyle and strengths and weaknesses. So you can see here on my dashboard, I am Champ 3 currently. I know I'm kind of down in the dumps recently, but on the bright side, I am performing above the benchmark for other Champ 3s lately, so I should be ranking up if I keep doing what I'm doing. It looks like my performance with kickoffs and defense is really good, but my offense and mechanics could use some work. So if I go to training plans, I can see my top opportunities for improvement. And judging by this, it looks like I'm scoring almost no aerial goals, which is a problem. It appears your shot speed and accuracy need to be improved in order to convert. Okay, so now I can click how to train and it'll bring me right to a tutorial on how to get better at that. And all this stuff is catered specifically to me, by the way, based on the replays that I uploaded. I just think think this is so cool, and they have so many more cool stats on here. You guys can already upload 10 replays a month here completely free, but they do have paid plans if you want to upload more. And they also offer a 7-day free trial for those paid plans as well. There's a link in the description for you guys to check it out for yourself. I could never cover everything they have in this short time. So definitely check this out if this seems cool to you. And thanks again to RL Data Coach for sponsoring today's video. Next up, let's talk about the sneak. This one isn't quite as common as the others, but it's still been used in some clutch situations.
Played that. Oh, wait, off the kickoff! What a call from Gentlemates!
We actually tried out 2 different versions of this one, with the first one being slightly more aggressive. It works like this. The kickoff taker puts a slight delay on his 50 to hopefully send it slowly rolling toward the opponent's corner, while one of the guys in the back absolutely books it toward that zone. If all goes well, they have a completely open net to score an instant goal.
Oh, score that. You're kidding! No!
Well, if you can score open nets, that is. In practice, this one is actually really tricky to execute. There's a bunch of different techniques you could use to get that ball rolling the proper way, but even then, it rarely ever actually pops out the exact way you want it to, at least at Grand Champion with the inconsistent opponents. But still, this is one of the most satisfying strategies when it actually does work, and we did get quite a few instant goals from it.
Get in there. Let's go for the win, too. Get in there. Nice.
Do the thing.
There it is. Oh, it's in. Yes, we got it back.
The overall stats from this one were decent, not great, but decent. I think with more practice, it can definitely get better, but as I said, we also tried a slightly different version as well. When attempting this strategy, we noticed that there were a ton of times where the ball would kick slightly behind our car instead of in front. So we also got stats for a version where instead of absolutely booking it way upfield, you just take your time and play for that slightly lost 50 to the side. It's a lot safer with this variation, but you're obviously not going to score as many instant goals from it. But even if they weren't instant, either way, we still scored a lot from this version.
Yeah. Do it. Let's go, dude. Nice.
Looking at the results, we actually scored 17% of the time, which is the best yet, and it's not even that risky either. Overall, the sneak kickoff strategy is legit, and I definitely say it's worth using. It just takes a lot of practice to get that technique down. I'm to your right if you want.
Can you see?
Okay.
Sorry, let's go high.
I beat him. Do it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Guys, we gotta talk about the dark horse of this whole experiment, the double boost kickoff. What's crazy is I already know for a fact that a bunch of you guys already do this without even thinking about it. This is just normal to you. It's as simple as instead of having that one guy cheat up on the play, you now have them also go for boost. A very small adjustment, but it made a huge difference in the results. Not only was it one of the safest strategies we used, but it was also extremely good for scoring too. To my surprise, it ended up being the perfect recipe for counterattacks. I can't tell you how many times the opponents would overextend, and we'd just easily punish them since we had plenty of boost. Again, most of the time we scored with this one, it wasn't super clean with instant goals. It was usually just like a shot that gets saved and then we follow it up for the goal or something like that. But the stats do not lie, since we're just calculating them based on whatever happens in the first 14 seconds. If you want more details on how we collected all this stuff, by the way, I'll leave a link below for the spreadsheet that we used. But anyway, yeah, the double boost kickoff was somehow really good. But believe it or not, even with stats like these, it somehow still wasn't the best. Got him? I'll go.
Get in there. Yes! Nice!
The Spanish kickoff is a classic. Pro players have been using this one for years. Out of all the strategies we tested though, this one had to be the most difficult one to learn by far. For those that don't know, the Spanish kickoff is defined by the kickoff taker faking it at the last moment to demo the second opponent behind. Outside of that fact, there's all sorts of variations that professional teams have used, but the one that we tried was having one guy stay back in net and having the other grab the corner boost. So that's what it looks like altogether. What makes this strategy so difficult rule is 1, the kickoff taker needs to speed flip and conserve his boost perfectly. That way the fake isn't super obvious and he's still supersonic to demo the opponent. This is a lot trickier than you might think, since if you're just barely too slow, it turns into just a bump, which honestly doesn't really help. You need that to be a demolition. And secondly, the guy grabbing boost needs to take a perfect route. For those that don't know, a proper boost grab on the kickoff should look like this, where you grab it kind of from the backside, allowing you to turn back to net if needed or continue upfield as normal. In most cases, it doesn't end up mattering that much, but for the Spanish kickoff, it's actually crucial to collect it properly. These two details need to be perfect in order for this strategy to work most of the time. And if they are, you might just have an opportunity to snipe a very quick goal.
Ja.
Can you?
What?
Get in there. Perfect! Nice! Originally, I thought this would be a more chaotic strategy where it's risky but has a high reward as well, but it turned out to be the exact opposite, actually. In fact, the Spanish kickoff had the highest neutral percentage out of every one that we tried. While it seems aggressive on the surface, it's actually a good strategy to use when you're just trying to maintain a lead. You won't score from it very often, but you also won't concede. Like I said though, it definitely takes a while to practice and get it down, but once you do, you can see why it's such a classic in professional play. Nice.
Oh? Oh, no, he saved it.
Let's go. Nice. Okay, let's finally talk about the best kickoff strategy in Rocket League. I really don't say that lightly, and you'll see why when we look at the results. Let's talk about the fake fast cheat. That's what I call this one. This one seemed to pop up out of nowhere in pro play about a year ago, and when it did, it first looked like this. You can see LJ speed flips for the kickoff, even though he's further away from it. And at the last moment, Chicago fakes it across to go collect the mid boost, as LJ just drives straight through. And by the way, the third guy grabs boost in this corner, and that part's important. That's how it was at the start, but over time, teams have adjusted that to make it just a little bit better. Nowadays, the guy 50ing it actually jumps and flips into the ball instead of just chipping it into the air. And this exact version has become one of the most common strategies in pro play, and it's not hard to see why.
Shaky moments from Cash in defense.
Oh, what a read.
Oh, whoa. From the kickoff, Johnny.
Ivan fakes the kickoff. Close cheat comes right in behind it.
It's so simple and easy, but somehow so effective. The fact it presents as a completely normal kickoff until the very last moment makes it literally impossible to react to. Not that predicting it would even help though. When we tried this one, we would do it like 5 times in a row, and the opponent still couldn't find a way to counter it. Yeah. Go, shorty. Let's go, dude. That was perfect. Something about the nature of this 50 makes it extremely favorable. And even if it does somehow sneak by, it's just a free ball for your teammate in the back anyway.
Oh, well. Sneak in there. Oh! I can't.
Nice, shorty. Ooh, get in. Get in there. Let's go.
Maybe?
Solo? Turn dunk. Let's go.
Nice.
Nice.
Trying to put it mid?
Yep. I'm up. Let's go! Perfect. After all our attempts at this, from what we can tell, there doesn't seem to be a counter to it, whether you can tell it's coming or not. The stats ended up proving it to be not only the best strategy for scoring, but also the safest. Literally the best of both worlds, which is why I say this should honestly replace the normal kickoff strategy if you're playing with a team that knows about it. I killed one? Do it.
Yes!
The fake fast cheat is the undisputed winner of this video, but we still had one more strategy to try. Yeah. AFK, let's try it. Let's try it. I got it. No, I don't. I don't have it, guys. I don't have it. I hope you guys aren't too disappointed, but the legendary AFKickoff is unfortunately an absolute troll. Originally, the plan was to get a sample size of at least 50 for each kickoff, but this one was just so obviously bad. If you want to get scored on more than a quarter of the time, then yeah, go ahead and try it out. I got this. Just kidding. My bad. In theory, you could say, oh, it's a confusion tactic, like they won't know what to do. But in practice, it does not work like that at all. It's basically just willingly putting yourself at a disadvantage. There's really not much more to say about it other than I think Joyo's explanation sums it up perfectly.
What sort of preparation goes into practicing an AFK kickoff?
Not much really. We just said we'd do it.
Well, yeah, that explains a lot.
Fingers on the post, avocado and toast, and leather seats